girl Nish
and Shan,
and welcome back to our channel. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
And comment down below if you have anything you want to access or send us an email. And speaking of, bitch, we got an email.
We got our first email.
Hey, email.
It's from an anonymous person.
So they asked us how to handle criticism of your child from another mother, or how to handle criticism of your child or children from people who do not have kids. Let me see. Let me give my little tea, because I mean, it's kind of tricky handling criticism. Well, it's not really tricky, but I'm just giving you my opinion. I was going to say it's kind of tricky handling criticism from other moms, because a part of you feels like, well, they have kids, they've been through it, they understand, so they understand children as much as I do. So that can be a little tricky, but in the same mindset, you almost want to tell the bitches mind their business. It's my damn baby. Now, I say that in a sense, if it's good criticism, though, I'll take that wholeheartedly. Like, you know, constructive criticism, I feel like, okay, you know, I can agree. But I do feel like sometimes that stuff comes from a place of jealousy and envy. Sometimes, not saying all moms are jealous and envy. I mean, because a lot of moms really, just want to look out and want to help and want to assist. But what I can say about how to handle criticism from people who don't have children and ain't got a lot to say, tell them mind their business.
Facts.
And when they have a child, come see me, because you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what the person going through. You can't really, I feel I'm a strong believer of, you can't really insert yourself or give advice on things you know nothing about. I mean, point blank period. So if you're not a mom or a dad and you don't, you know, you haven't been through that process, you don't understand. You only know what you think you know and what you see and what you assume. So have several fucking seats and sit it down.
For me, handling it, I feel like, first of all, the best thing is to know your child. You know your child. You know what is right. You know what's wrong. You know what, okay, that sounds like something my child could have did or my children could have did or not. I know that's not them. So one thing for me is I know my child. So if you tell me something that's way far left, I'm going to be like, nah. I don't believe that. So that's for me. That's how I handle it. Like knowing my children.
Well, that's true to an extent. I mean, kids do change. They get a little bit older. But I do agree that you know your babies. Yeah. The babies came out of you.
You know when something is far-fetched. Like,
oh, absolutely. Yeah. Something completely left.
Right. And also not to take stuff to heart.
That's not me. I'm sorry. I take everything to heart.
I know. I do too.
I be ready to be like, you know what? Comes to my meet me outside though.
See, no, I ain't like that though. Because it's just in one ear and out the other. Like, oh, okay. As long as you're not being disrespectful and talking bad about my mom.
Don't talk on my son. Don't speak on him. Don't talk on him. Don't think of. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not really be around my kids. So.
To an extent.
The most they can say is the smallest is spoiled.
But again, that's all assumptions. I mean, he's spoiled too, but he's not bad. Like, and I hate for people to even call children bad. That's a real old school mentality. Like, don't call kids bad.
But because they're not, though.
They're not. They're just curious.
Well,
and rambunctious. Oh no.
There are bad kids.
Oh no.
I've seen some bad kids. Yeah. I'm talking about middle fingers up, cursing, like
anything confused.
But is that really bad though? It's learned behavior because they got it from somewhere. So does that make the kid bad?
No, that makes
the person bad that's around them. Right. Okay. So
I don't believe there's bad kids. But she's absolutely right. I mean, you do know your children. So if somebody tells you something that's completely far-fetched, you would know it.
Right.
But I am super sensitive, so I take everything to heart. So I just advise you to keep your opinions to yourself unless they're warranted. If I come to you and be like, hey, can you explain why my child's doing this because you have several or you've had one? Boom, boom, boom. But I don't think I'll ever come to anyone with no kids and be like, do you know why my son is doing boom?
Yeah. Because you really you just can't tell me nothing. Like, how can you tell me something you don't know?
I'll Google it on YouTube.
That's like me telling you how to drive a car and I've never driven one before. How can I tell you how to drive?
Or how to be anything, how to be married, how to fly a plane, how to ride a motorcycle. If you don't know it, you don't have no idea.
It's all assumptions and that.
Okay, so
I can answer that.
I think so.
Okay.
So, you had a nice day? Nice week?
It was cool.
Yeah, same.
I had a basic week. Wasn't too exciting. Wasn't bad. It was just a week.
Yeah, same.
So.
So, let's dive into the hatful.
Top hat topics.
All right. This is a favorite part. Okay, let's see.
Somebody told me that my cup is I'm the only one always drinking in the video.
Ooh,
your cup always empty. That's
Hey, well.
First topic.
What not to say to a friend trying to get pregnant? Bitch, get over it. No,
hold on. Say it again.
What not to say to a friend trying to get pregnant?
What not to say to a friend trying to get pregnant? We're not gonna be able to drink wine no more.
You about to miss all the functions. We about to be lit and you not. Nah, that's a good question, but
what not to
hard.
say?
Oh, perfect. Okay, so for me, I would want, because of the type of person I am, if I was trying to get pregnant, I would want for people not to be braggy who have been pregnant. So like, if I'm struggling to get pregnant, I don't want to come to you with advice and you're just telling me all about your kid and how amazing it was and your pregnancy is beautiful. And matter of fact, you're pregnant right now as we speak. Like, thanks a lot, Joanne.
Right. Or it's so hard to get pregnant.
Yeah, like don't randomly pray. I feel like just be supportive. Yeah, just be supportive. All the good thoughts, prayer, meditate, yoga, all the good things you could tell a person. Just don't be too braggy and don't be too cocky. And for the ones who, are lucky enough to get spit on to get pregnant, and don't really have to work, just kind of remember that. Like, I think as women, we do, amen, lose sight that sometimes it's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as just, humping and getting pregnant. Sometimes it takes time. Like anything else, like you're cooking a human in your body. Thank God for the ones who can do it, but thank God for the ones who have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah, thank God for them too. And it's all worth it. So yeah, I agree, because I know someone personally who's in the process of trying to get pregnant, and it's going to happen for her. And I always remind her that it's going to happen.
When it's ready. When it's
supposed to happen. Yeah, but I always just talk to her and tell her how excited she's going to be and give her different pointers and let her know how strong she is and just keep her encouraged. That's the main thing. So maybe not necessarily what not to say to them. We could, let's switch it up a little bit and say what to say to them.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So to
encourage them.
Right, give them support.
Yeah, support, and let them know you can do it. It happened for you.
And on the flip side, if you don't, it's so many different alternatives.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kids out here that need to be adopted. It's so much you can do. But I totally understand that, it being hard and
it is hard.
Not being able to get pregnant. But I mean, that doesn't make you less than. I hope you know that.
And it just means that God designed you for something different. If it doesn't happen for you like that. Yeah.
Look at Jesus, and you're still amazing and you're still wonderful.
Yeah. Next topic.
Okay, listen. Ooh, finding yourself.
Where are you,
Woo, child. It's so many different ways we can cover this, honey.
First of all, let's talk about how easy it is to lose yourself.
Yeah. So we can talk about finding yourself and losing yourself from several different.
Yes.
You want to start from losing yourself from just life and.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to lose yourself when you get so caught up in trying to satisfy everybody else.
Ooh.
So for me, like being married, having children, you dedicate your life to everybody else, and you don't even realize that you're losing yourself. You don't even realize you just think you're living life. Yeah, so you like, okay, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I come home, I cook, I clean, when I can. Help with homework, it's time to bathe, it's time to do laundry, get up, do your 8 hours at work, factor in your 4 hours of commute, and somewhere in there you forget, like, dang, what do I like? What do I like to do? I know somebody had asked me, maybe like about 6 months ago, she said, okay, what do you like to do? And I was like, I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't even know what I like to do. But she said what the kids like to do. I was like, oh, they like to do this, they like to do that. They like to do this and do that. That's how you know you're losing yourself. Yeah, it's so easy to lose yourself.
I think I lost, again, with motherhood, I lost myself for a while after I had my son. And I feel like I just found myself about 2 years ago. My son about to be 6. It was like I got pregnant. I was so happy. And then I had a mental breakdown. I had this whole breakdown about how I was just becoming a different person. But unbeknownst to me, I was just growing into a mother and growing into the person that I am now. But that little transition, I completely lost myself, child. I was pretty much black stretch pants and oversized shirts. I just didn't want to get dressed up. I felt gross. I felt like my son was looking A1 and everybody around me was just like, oh no, but you're beautiful. I felt like it was all lies, by the way. Thanks a lot. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, it was the truth.
I felt gross. And when I say I lost myself, I was just almost like a shell of myself. But I guess also to say, I didn't really lose myself. It was me growing up. So I think I just wasn't ready to let go of party scenes and function. And what I'm saying is I was comparing myself to how life was before I had my kid. So I was so busy chasing after that person and that life that I had in my mind. Because in real life, I was upstairs in my bedroom soaking or knee deep in kids' toys and babies' bubble bath. All I can say is it's a process. It's a process and it's a journey.
Well, for me, I feel like I lost myself, and how I found myself was me understanding that I did lose myself because I became a new person. Mm-hmm. So me losing myself meant I wasn't the same Tanisha. I'm not that old Tanisha anymore. I'm not the young Tanisha anymore. I'm not who I was. So part of me finding myself was to understand that I was transitioning to a new woman.
Yep.
So that helped me find myself. So then I started thinking more of, okay, I know what my children like. They're becoming their own people, and I'm encouraging them to figure themselves out and understand what they like. So now I focus more on what do I like? Does that make me happy or does that make me sad? I focus more so on myself now. How am I feeling? I stop and take a minute. How is this making me feel right now? Or I just did this new activity. Did I enjoy it or I didn't enjoy it?
So now
I'm learning myself.
If you feel like you're losing yourself, just take a step back and reevaluate yourself at first. Like, I'm a strong believer that we go through phases in life. And it was this amazing quote that, of course, I can't think of now, from a show called Doctor Who that I love. But it was something to the effect of, we're all different people at all different points of our life. And if you are the same person you were at 19 and 29 and 39 and 49, then it's almost something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not evolving.
Exactly.
Right.
You're kind of at a standstill. Yeah. So I think it's important that you almost do lose yourself a little bit.
You got to. In order to find who you truly are, you have to lose the old you.
Now, that is true. Now, granted, you will take pieces and aspects from your old life. Like, I do think I still have parts of me from when I was 19 and parts of me from when I was 29 and, parts of me now. And I don't think I'll be the same person I am now that I'll be in 10 more years. But I won't be a whole different person. I would just be involved Shannon like a Pokemon. I done upgraded myself, you know what I'm saying?
I'm still the same old silly, goofy Tanish, but a lot about me is very much so grown woman Tanish. So yeah, you really got to lose yourself to find the new you. And
I like that. Girl, we need to lose yourself to find a new you.
That's going to be on the shirt, child.
So I hope that, but if you guys have anything you want to add to that, because I'm sure some of our best friends may have some advice to give to our other internet best friends. And just, leave it down below, because I promise you, we can encourage each other.
Yeah. All right. So next topic.
5 creative date night ideas.
Ooh.
Yeah. Look, okay.
Ooh.
Should have called husband come down and help me.
5 creative date night ideas.
Let me think. Ooh, let me think.
And don't be trying to steal my ideas unless you're taking me out.
Oh, I know that's right. You take all my 1.5 ideas. I can't even think of nothing, child. I am. Okay, so 5 creative date night ideas.
So 1 creative date for me, or an idea for you.
Hey!
A picnic.
I think that's
a nice picnic, a blanket, a traditional picnic basket. Pack a little lunch, whatever your preference is. I don't know what kick you on. Pack a lunch. Bring some Uno cards or a deck of cards, some champagne, and play some cards, talk, buy some water or something like that.
Okay, and for the people who don't like bugs like me,
get them off.
Off, don't keep the ants away. I don't like bugs, but that is cute. I like that. I would do that on like a nice fall when the bugs are dead day. I like that. And I'm creative, and I still can't think of nothing. Let me think.
Creative date. A romantic dinner, a nice candlelit dinner. Creative. So, okay, I got a creative date.
Me too.
So, I dress up like the waitress.
Role play.
And yeah, you know I love role play.
Okay.
So I'm your waitress. I serve you your appetizer, your main course.
I thought you was the main
and
course.
your dessert, y'all. Dessert.
I think I get okay. So I'm excited because I just thought of something because I am. So like you know how they sell those little projectors? You could get them from like Amazon or anything. You know, it's like a projector that could do like a movie onto a wall.
Okay, yeah.
So you could do an indoor picnic or like an outside.
You know you do it from your phone.
See? Okay.
Okay,
projector.
Okay.
And have it beam off like the side of your house or a side of a building. You know, a blank canvas. And do indoor. I'm all about indoor. I'm sorry. I can't think. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do this question. I want to cut this whole part out. But if you guys got any creative dating ideas, please let us know down below because clearly I am clueless.
We're stomped.
Yeah. And as a person who probably really needs some creative ideas, I think my husband would appreciate it.
If I had more time to think, like this is
You guys
super like candy. If I could now listen, if I write this down, I can come up with some creative stuff.
Oh, absolutely. But like on the spot, like most people, like we
Right.
you know what I'm saying? This ain't all for show. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in.
And we'll see you again soon. Peace.